I haven't done a charger video in, I think, at least a week or two, but there is kind of a reason. I mean, like I've said before, I really dislike buffing car, and that's the reason why. And I can't find anybody local that's confident enough to do it. So I really wish I could just drop the car off somewhere, have them buff it, clear brought, and then get it back, because that's really one thing I really dislike doing is buffing a car. So I mean, I don't mind wet sanding it. I really don't mind that, but just the whole buffing thing, I just dislike it. So that's why there hasn't really been a charger video, because I dislike buffing. So I've been putting it off, and I've been doing it little by little, and it's still irritating me. So but in the next couple weeks, I will have the car covered in paint protection film, which will be really nice. And I need to paint the last two door handles. I'm gonna go pick up another one, the driver one, tomorrow, because I didn't have a good driver one, or I did have a good driver one, but then I broke the clips on it, if you guys remember. But yeah, I should have a charger video out tomorrow, which will be nice. But yeah, I really have been wanting to just drive the car instead of working on it, which I don't know, kind of shows with the lack of the videos, because the whole buffing thing. So I don't know if people that watch my channel have buffed a car, but it's one of those things that, I don't know, it's very difficult, especially since I'm using a harder clear. It's definitely a lot more difficult than using a softer clear, because a softer clear will just really just kind of level out when you get some heat into it. But you have to really put a lot of heat into the harder clear, and then it's just a nightmare. So I've been doing good. I see a few people have asked me how I've been doing, but yeah, I just been doing that. And this whole week I pretty much was cleaning the parts for the Trackhawk engine. So the block, the heads. I was also cleaning the 6.4 block, since I was cleaning the Trackhawk one anyway. Another thing is I need to find a way to strip stuff. I was looking into companies that offer the laser cleaners, but they're just like super expensive. They're like $40,000 for this thing that is just like a fiber optic laser. And I don't want to buy one. I just want to try one out. So I'll probably go to the old way of stripping paint off of blocks, which is paint stripper, and then you have to pretty much just like re-hot tank it to get all the that stuff off there, and then get all the then you pretty much just scuff all the whatever rust forms off of there. I could even put in like rust dissolver, and then get it recoated, and then the blocks will be ready. And I'll probably just end up putting I'm not sure, I might just end up putting the Trackhawk one back together. I'm definitely going to put the 6.4 out of the Grand Cherokee SRT, and probably end up selling that one. The heads are in the hot tank right now, and the 6.4 is in the hot tank right now. But after I pulled the 6.2 out of the hot tank, it looked great, other than the paint. The paint was messed up from the fire, and then the hot tank kind of additionally messes it up. It kind of looks pink now instead of orange. So yeah, hopefully we can get that stuff cleaned up. I'll have a video of cleaning that up, but it's very time consuming. When you put something in a hot tank, it either has to stay in there a day or 2 days. So that's another reason why I haven't had a video. I was also working on the Grand Prix, which it seems like a lot of people that like my Dodge stuff don't like that stuff. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm going to be doing some other stuff with the Grand Prix. So once I get that going, I should have a lot of additional viewers from a different fan base. I still don't think people understand what I'm going to do with the Grand Prix, which once I'm done with it, I think they'll think it's cool, the people that watch my channel. But let's see. Week 3, Dave needs a dog. What's going on? How much are you going to sell the Magnum for if you do? I'm probably not going to end up selling it, but if I was per se to sell it, it'd probably be like 500 grand or something. I mean, it's not going to be cheap. You can't buy them. There's not going to be another one. I don't really want to sell it. Um, yeah, that's pretty much, you know, pretty much what it is. I really don't plan on selling the car, so I'm just going to add it to the rest of my cars. How is the van coming along? So the story behind the van is I got everything done before I put all the radiators and all that stuff back in the truck. I I drove it just so I didn't have any radiators or anything in there. I took it like, I don't know, I probably drove it like 20 feet and then 20 feet back to where it's parked right now, and it ran great, ran and drove great. So then I put everything back in there, all the coolers, all that stuff in the engine compartment where you can't even move around in there, and now it doesn't start. So and one of the coolant hoses leaks, so I have to literally pull everything back out to replace that one because it goes down and then behind, I think, the serpentine belt tensioner, and I just need to order one of those. And I ordered a bunch of other stuff from Ford, but I haven't. It was like 2 weeks ago, so I don't know if they're having issues getting parts now too. So we'll see. But it did run great. So every Sunday, this is my type of church. Type. Let's see. What did you end up cutting your hand? What did I end up cutting my hand on? So I cut it on a slide hammer, and I really didn't cut it, but it definitely took a chunk of skin out of it. I mean, this Band-Aid's all, so I usually don't use Band-Aids because most of the time my blood clots pretty quick, but it was a pretty big hole, and I don't know if since I don't get monetized for these videos anyway, it's not too small. I mean, it's a pretty, where's the camera at? Where's the camera at? I mean, it took a pretty big chunk of skin out of there. There's about a bit of blood in there now, so it's at least looks flat, which is nice. Crazy thing is it didn't hurt at all, which was very interesting. But yeah, it definitely bled a lot. So yeah, the slide hammer got me, which sucked because then I was wet sanding stuff all like after that, and then all day today. So it it was yesterday it was like not wanting to stop bleeding, and then today it looks like it's decent. It keeps cracking every once in a while. That's why I still have a Band-Aid on there. But yeah, things happen when they say when you build cars, blood, sweat, and tears. I guess I had to get some blood in the car. So let's see, how are you gonna finish out rear interior of the charger trunk, like, or Magnum plastic. I've seen some guy on Facebook selling some real OEM black interior. So I already coated my old Magnum interior black, but I don't really think I'm going to do that because I want to have more room. In the Magnum side plastics, they actually stick pretty far out, and they cover a lot of stuff, and they take up a lot of space. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet, but I might just modify so I might turn the speakers, since the Magnum ones sit flat, I might turn them down, and then I might make that carpet for the charger come up past the speaker, and then have like a little speaker grill right there, and that would give you like another additional like foot on each side, or like half a foot on each side. So we'll see what happens once I get all the window trim and stuff in there and kind of fiddle with it. But I've also been looking for charger interior as well, Hellcat charger interior, and haven't had any luck. And I haven't had any luck with the Trackhawk stuff, but we'll see. Would a beard without a mustache look odd? I have no clue. How's the van coming? The van ran and drove once. I don't know what's going on with it. I think I need to charge your batteries. Let's see. What happened with the Mini? Do you still have it? I still have the Mini, but like I've said in previous live streams, the guy never got me the title like he said he was going to do. So I don't have a title for it, and I don't have any of the, so all the VIN numbers on those cars, unless there's one that I don't know of, are on like the fender, like the metal fender well sheet metal, and that was in some of the parts he was supposed to give me with the title. So I can't file for a lost title because I don't know what the VIN is. And yeah, that's, I don't know. I that's really why I haven't done anything with it. The plan with the Mini was I was going to K swap it and have it K all-wheel drive, but I'm not going to do all that and spend all that money on that car when I don't have a title. So I might try to go and file for like a like where they reassign a VIN number, and then I could just have like a kit car VIN number. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I did not read that before I sent. At least no stitches were needed. I mean, I really don't think you need stitches for most of the stuff. I've got some stuff that people said I need stitches for, and I just kind of, so I did this thing to my leg where so the city where they have the water shutoffs at my old house, I pretty much, the gray of the road is covered in dirt, and they were like clay or something, but the metal was like, the outside was metal, like iron. And I stepped on it, didn't know it was there because it was covered in sand, fell through it, and it went all the way to the bone on my shin. And that was when I was redoing my backyard. So I think I have pictures on my Instagram of that. But yeah, I just, pour alcohol and stuff, and then that I actually wrapped it with a sock and some duct tape so I can finish doing the backyard. But yeah, unless it's like something really big, I probably wouldn't get I probably wouldn't get stitches because I don't really see the reason for it. Any plans for either 240? I don't know. I'm really just worried about the Charger right now and getting it done. I mean, every day I'm just looking for parts, and that's pretty much all that's on my mind other than like stock stuff. But it may be the Grand Prix a little bit. Right now I'm not too worried about it because the kit won't be here until the end of the month. So I still have, or probably like a couple weeks after the end of the month, because it still has to be shipped. But once that stuff comes, that'll be pretty easy. I just need to throw a transmission in. I mean, that's not going to be a big deal, and put HP tuners on it and throw a tune on it so everything works together. But yeah, eventually I'll mess with the 240s. I mean, the LS one is really, really close to actually running. The old, like my old high school blue one is further away. Let's just say that it's a project. So, and then I'm gonna have to paint it like that, which I'm just kind of burnt out on paint stuff. I need to paint a bunch of other stuff, but I just have so much stuff to do with the Charger. So hopefully, people on Facebook are stupid. Somebody just offered me $1,000 for my WRX. Yeah, right. Get a bonded title for the Mini. To get a bonded title, you actually have to know the VIN number, which I don't know what it is. Where did you come up with the idea for the Charger, or fuse a Charger with the Magnum and Trackhawk? So that was pretty much just a thing where I built that other Magnum, and then I have my Hellcat. I had the other Magnum, and they just like to wheel spin. So that's the whole backstory on why I want to stick a Trackhawk drivetrain in one of those, so it could actually do something on the track instead of they just literally just wheel spin, even with drag slicks or whatever tires you put on them. They just want to spin, and they're pretty much fun. They're fun, but they're worthless fun. I mean, you got a 800 horsepower car now that just spins the tires all the time. So yeah, I'd rather have the Trackhawk drivetrain in there and just have a lot of fun. So been a fan since you repaired the Burgundy Hellcat. Hell yeah. Are you going to put the Tesla motor on that Grand Prix? It's a secret. I guess I could say it on here. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan. I don't want to post anything until I get the car running and driving with the LS. So the plan is I'm going to get that kit from the guy. It should be here, like I said, probably a week after, like the first week of the month, next month. And then I could put the 4T80E in that car. I won't have any transmission problems. I'll get tuned on HP tuners with that transmission, with the new cam. I'll just use like stock exhaust, so it's still non-turbo. Then I'll go take it to the track, kind of get it. I wanted to get a base with the old setup, but I didn't want to fix all that stuff and then, put head gaskets in and then have to pull it all back apart. So we'll do the base with the 4T80 and the cam and just like a mild tune, stock injectors. I guess those LS4s have pretty desirable fuel rails, and the largest injectors in any LS is kind of what it seems like the internet says. I don't know if it's true or not, but so get a baseline. I'll probably do like maybe a drag day and maybe like a track day, and it's not really a track car, but and then just do a base off of that. Then we'll turbo it, put a T4 with like a 101 or 105 AR, like a 70 trim or something like that. Redo the exhaust. There won't be too much to do with the exhaust manifolds. Just weld some V bands on those, and then throw some larger injectors in it. Maybe a fuel pressure regulator, bigger fuel pump in the fuel tank, and then retune it. Then do the same thing, get a base, and then drag base and like a time attack or around the track that we have locally. See what the time is there, and then after I get those two bases, then the plan is to stick the Model X in the rear, so it's all-wheel drive, and then I'll have either 650 to 700, 600, 650, 700 in the front on the LS4. And then we'll have, the Model X P100 with the Ludicrous is, 600 base. So we'll have 600 in the rear, like around 600 in the front. So it'll be like at least 1,200 horse. It'll be all-wheel drive. And then we could do like the same thing, see what kind of, drag times we can get, see what kind of track times we can get. And the cool thing is then with that, with the driving in the rear of the Grand Prix, it will regen on D-cell. So I think the track times will be a lot better, because coming through the turn, you could regen, come in the turn really hot, and then, then come out of it really fast, because you'll have that, you'll have the turbo, and it'll be like the best of both worlds. I could have a laggy turbo, but I can have the drive unit make up for that, because it'll be like a 600 horsepower instantly. So I don't know. I think it'll catch on once I start putting the Tesla stuff in there, but I don't know why so many people are so disgusted with the Grand Prix. I think it's kind of cool. It still smells like a brand new car inside of it. I'm still focused on the Charger most of the time, but I just thought it'd be something cool to do instead of throwing a Tesla driving in a Charger and then having a electric Charger. But I think a lot of people would have been pretty mad about that. So let's see, plan on drifting anything. So there's a drift event coming up in, I think, 2 weeks. And I was kind of thinking about taking the Hellcat to the drift event. I'm not sure yet, because I have the wheels and tires that are on the Charger right now. I could use those on the back of the Hellcat and just leave it at like 500 horse and have like a fun time, because I drifted the Magnum. The only issue I had with the Magnum when I drifted it was I think what happened was I broke just from the G-forces because I was slinging that thing, but I think it broke the fuel level sender off of the fuel pump. So I didn't know what how much fuel I had, and I ran out of gas like halfway through the day. So I think that would be fun, and I could do some stuff with the Hellcat. Mini chassis number should be on the rear, on the windscreen panel in middle, or by the bonnet. Should be on the rear windscreen panel in the middle. I'll have to look at that, see if it's there. So it might not be there because I like took all that stuff out of there and like shaved everything. I just searched for a wrecked Trackhawk for sale and found a bunch on the auction website. Sent you a picture on your Instagram. So there's a bunch that are on the auction, but none of them are currently listed unless they added some. And I don't really buy anything from Copart just because I don't like Copart. So, and the last time I looked at Copart, there was only like one, and it was a clean title one, and I really don't want to buy a clean title one because they go way too high, and I'd rather just have something that's lightly wrecked. I don't know, something that's not too bad, but maybe doesn't have a clean title or has like a certificate of destruction or something. Let's see. What's your thoughts on 2000 to 2010 Dodge Ram SRT10 pickup trucks? You ever consider buying one? I've never really considered buying one. I'd probably buy one of the later ones that had, I think they went to the aluminum blocks, the same ones as the Viper, instead of having that big cast iron block that was normally in them. But maybe, I don't know. They'd be kind of cool, I guess. If you were to swap a different engine that was originally offered, different engine that was originally offered in the vehicle, would you just have to swap engine harness and ECM? In my case, 03 Trailblazer, 4.2 4x4, and I want to swap a 5.3. I don't know. I think those you can pretty much just swap the engine harness in the ECU, and then it should, I think the body control module is different, but I think they all, I'm not too familiar with Chevys, but I think they all are compatible, or you can at least program them to be compatible. Let's see, was supposed to be in Pacific Junction, Iowa for streetcar takeover today. All this damn rain, they had to reschedule it to the 5th through 6th next month. Huh. Unknowing Coatings stole 1100 from me. Now he's not replying. Who's Unknown Coatings? Let's see. Hey Dave, how did you get your start in automotive? So I don't know. I've pretty much, I don't know, ever since I started driving, I started messing with cars. I never really liked them prior to driving a car. Like I had no interest in cars or modifying them or anything like that until I actually started driving them, and then I was like, well, that's kind of cool. So then I was looking for something, and I finally found like my first 240, and I bought it from all the listings were like in the newspaper, and you just looked at what cars were there, and they had like the picture, and I went and picked it up from some people that were moving out to California, and I don't know, it was cool. And then I started doing some stuff. It had like a timing chain slap, and I redid the oil pump, the timing chain, and all that stuff, and put coilovers on it, and just kind of went from there. And then it was like a big black hole, and now I am where I am with like a million different projects. So I don't know if it's good or not, but you know, it's fun sometimes. The whole charger project is pretty fun. Other than buffing cars, I still haven't buffed the 3000 GT because of this. I hate it, but other than that, I mean, I really have fun doing stuff. Working on the same thing for, you know, I've been working on the charger for like a year now. It's very I don't know. At this point, it's very difficult to almost not work on it, but at the same time, I would like to, you know, do some other stuff. That's why, you know, I got the Grand Prix, and you know, I got the van and stuff like that. I mean, I still have other stuff that I want to build and do, and I'm just kind of preparing for that. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's once you get too deep into it, I mean, there's kind of no turning back unless you want to really just let everything go for super cheap, because at some point there's, you know, you have too much money in something to be like, well, you can't justify selling it, but unless you have to. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I do enjoy working on cars most of the time, I'd say. You know, when I got my finger in the slide hammer, I mean, man, it's bleeding again. But when I got my finger in the slide hammer, I mean, that's the times when you're just like, man, why am I doing this? But you should have closed captions for the benefit of those of us who cannot hear or understand because of bad audio. I don't know how to do that. Let's see. My buddy just got done doing a 6.0 swap on an 03 Trailblazer. It's just the harness and mounts and tie in the BCM, kind of like swapping a 5.3 and a TDI Chevy. Cool. Let's see. Hey Dave, the 6-liter Power Stroke engine is trash, so engine swap it. I've never had an issue with the 6 liters. I've only experienced good things, but I mean, as long as you take care of stuff, it's gonna last. I have a 2015 Challenger 392 SRT and have a question. When you're sitting idle, every few seconds, will feel a thump, no codes, drives fine. Dealer says it's fine. 6.4 camshaft is more aggressive. I don't know. Mine never, the 6.4 that was in my Magnum never did that. But the my Hellcat every once in a while does it, and I think I only replaced one coil pack, and I think what's going on is sometimes the one coil pack that I didn't replace, that because two of them, one got really messed up in the accident, and the other one I couldn't figure out which one it was, but I remember it kind of looked like it was messed up or something like that. But I think it's probably a coil pack issue. So it's probably not that big of a deal, as long as, I mean, you should be able to see your AFRs and stuff. So as long as you're not leaning out or it's not doing anything weird, I wouldn't really worry about it. But it's probably a coil pack. What's my next build? I guess my next build is probably the Grand Prix. How are you doing today? Because your videos are awesome. Thanks. I'm doing all right. I've just been wet sanding and buffing the Charger all day. Replace coil packs. The coil packs are they're pretty expensive, so I'd probably kind of figure out which one is doing causing the issue, because it's probably just one, because one does 2 spark plugs. So it's probably be pretty easy to just buy one and then swap them around and figure out. It's probably not a big deal because it's just like an intermittent thing, but it probably will fail eventually. I mean, do you think FCA will drop a new Dakota? I personally think they need to screaming for it. A new Dakota. I have no clue. Bad engine earth. I doubt it's a ground issue. Let's see. Make an electric swap Corvette. I don't know. Maybe later on down the road. I already got all the stuff for the Grand Prix, so it's gonna happen. I mean, a lot of people. It seems like a lot of people that like Grand Prix, they all want like an all-wheel drive one, which mine's gonna be all-wheel drive. So I'm just gonna have a bunch of all-wheel drive stuff, which will be cool, I guess. Make an electric swap Grand Prix. So, kind of seems like the live stream today is. It kind of seems like they've been going kind of dwindling. So, I'll probably only keep this one at 30 minutes today. I'll probably end it here because I mean, there's not too many people in here and there's not too much going on. But I guess I'll just polish the charger some more. So thanks for tuning in to the live stream. If you tuned in and commented, thanks for tuning in, all 33 people that are here. But until next week, see you guys later.